All right, here we go. From the team GSTL over on the right side of Antigua Shipyard, it is our Terran player.
GSTL, the STC.
STC? What does that stand for? Does anyone know what the STC
used to know,
stands
I don't
for?
remember.
I feel like I used to know too, but I can't. But I don't know. We don't know what this guy's name stands for either.
TSN, JYP.
Well, it's his name.
Oh, I guess we do now. Thank you, Wolf.
No problem. And I think the STC is probably not his name. That would be kind of a unusual Korean initials, I think.
I feel like if I had
entirely
changed my
possible,
ID
though.
to the Eric. The EAL.
Gom the Eric.
It's just like the strangest sounding ID I've ever heard. I'm never gonna use that. I don't know. Should make a GOM team.
That would be interesting.
Yep. We'll have our captain be John.
John would make all the right choices no matter what.
Hey, he's undefeated in televised matches. It's true.
Very true.
Yeah.
Now
I'll be like, oh, captain, my captain.
Oh, Dead Poet Society, a great film. I recommend that to anyone. Even if you don't like, it's not an action film, but if you only like action films, you should get into other films and you should watch Dead Poet Society as your first.
I wouldn't recommend it to people that want to be happy. It's a very sad movie.
It's a good film though. Don't spoil things for people, man.
I'm sorry. I'm just letting people know. You know, I'm just gonna warn
I
them.
actually
not gonna let them walk into Grave of the Fireflies or anything.
That actually makes me. It's actually a film that makes me happy.
Well, you know, it's got a positive overall message, but
don't give away anything. All right, well, I'm actually gonna tell you what's really going on. And what's really going on is the SEC is doing Ornerex Expand, which everybody who knows anything about the SEC knew he was going to do. That's why he chose a large map. That's why he's the SEC. He's going to always macro, and no matter what JYP does, he's probably going to hold it if JYP tries to all in him.
Yeah, the question is JYP going to try something?
I don't think he's going to. I'm just saying, that's how the SEC works. He's got this mindset of, I'm going to play macro. No matter what you do, I'm going to hold it. That's his mindset.
Now, one of the nice things about spawning cross positions on this map is that it's a little bit easier to hold your gold. You can just take that defensive position on the high ground, and if you have that high ground, you can take your gold, and it's actually pretty safe, kind of back behind your units. So I do like that about this map. I mean, you know, we see a lot of players take their first and their second and then try to go for the gold. The third is also fairly close.
If you lose control of that high ground, it's very hard to hold on. You've got like stalkers shooting at your SCVs from the high ground. It gets really bad.
That's where I think the strength of STC is going to come in, though, because he's really good at putting up those really defensive positions, you know?
Ooh, I think we're going to have a DT expand coming out from JYP. He's got Twilight Council on the way, but his Blink Stalker control is also phenomenal. And if he went for Blink Stalkers instead, it wouldn't surprise me in the least.
Yep. Well, you know, I think the DTs, I'm always kind of torn on the DT openings because you see them do well once in a while, but so many times you just see them get absolutely crushed.
That's very true.
I feel like there's a lot of risk in it right now.
Well, JYP wants to go up here and see if there's an expansion. He may be able to force his way in. Not quite.
Yeah, really doesn't get any information from that other than there are Marines at the top of that ramp.
I mean, when there are Marines at the top of the ramp like that, it usually tips you off to the fact that there's a commander, but you don't know absolutely. And yep, there's the Dark Shrine. So he is going to be doing a DT expand, going to add 2 gates. Best way to do it. That probe remained alive, so he's probably going to hide a pylon somewhere near his opponent's base.
Yeah. And
the SEC has been known to hold almost anything. Now remember, this isn't going to end the game most likely. It's going to do maybe some economic damage as, of course, JYP expands. That's why it's called a DT expand. I blatantly call it that because so many people think DTs are cheese, which is like the funniest thing I've ever heard.
No, not at all. Well, they do, but I mean, they're not. Yeah, you can DT expand. It's not any stranger than doing like a Banshee expand or, you know, any other type of expand. All right, that Stalker's going to get forced back pretty quickly. There's enough Marines there that microing against him is just going to result in the Stalker taking a lot of damage, but he's going to try it anyway, I guess.
Just poking a little bit. Yep. Dark Shrine's getting pretty close to being done here. The Warp Gates are ready. They're just going to be sitting on cooldown until that's done. In fact, he's built up enough resources where he should be able to warp in 3 right away. Doing a great job controlling the map. No engineering bay just yet. It's almost completed. but he's not going to have turrets in time. Does he have scans? He's about to have one. He may end up having one, but these DTs are going to get split.
Yeah,
this could do a ton of damage. The turret is on its way.
If JYP splits these DTs, though, and manages to keep that turret from going up, it could be pretty bad for the STC.
He's going to want to scan immediately, but he doesn't have enough scan energy yet. He's not focusing the turret for some reason.
What? I don't know what JYP's doing right now, actually. Okay, so the turret's up. All right.
That shouldn't have happened like that, but
yeah.
Maybe nerves got to him a little bit.
I don't know. Now the DT is just trapped behind the mineral line and it can't really do anything.
He's got a scan too. He actually can just kill it.
Yeah.
And no other DTs will ever make it up the ramp.
All right. Well, that's kind of the risk we were talking about. DT expanding.
Look at this though. He's got a pylon where he can warp DTs on the high ground. If he could sneak one DT up into the main somehow, or use hallucination, any manner of those things, can get into the main with some DTs. He's probably going to use that to his advantage later, maybe through the mid game. Just do some harassment there. I've seen that a lot. Forge going up, adding 2 more gates, going to go up to 5 gates. He's not lost the game by any means at this point, but he's put himself severely behind. He's made this huge economic commitment to these DTs, and he hasn't been able to make that pay off yet. But he didn't lose those DTs either. Still has both of them alive. Was able to kill 2 SCVs with one of the DTs.
Well, one nice thing is that if he's able to, he can just literally just camp back there. Well, it doesn't look like, well, maybe it was. If he can camp back there and then in the mid-game come in and do some damage. But never mind, that's not going to happen.
Yep.
DT just got taken out.
It's like my old DT co-casters, Robin and Clark, man. Each one of those guys got scanned when you guys got here. They got taken out.
Well, had to happen sometime. I'm a Terran player, so I've got some experience in handling those types of things.
Brought the Raven, and, well...
That's right. That's actually how I got there. I flew on a Raven. Which is really hard because there's actually no space for an actual person in a Raven because it's a robot, but I made it work.
Well, the Raven has a pilot.
Yeah, but the guy's like sitting in a house somewhere.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah, it's like a drone thing.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought there was actually a pilot inside the Raven.
No, there's nobody inside a Raven.
That's interesting to know. I didn't know that. Yeah. Learn things every day, man.
What do you know?
I know the Corvid reactor, I know the singularity charge, but I don't know
You didn't know there was nobody in the Raven.
Didn't know that.
Why did you think it always had the robotic voice? Did you think it was just like Lil Jon in there?
I thought that was actually just like the guy's voice. I thought he was a crazy person.
I see.
I'm serious, man. I didn't know that.
Auto-tune things for their pilots. It's not really auto-tune. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Third base going up for the STC. This guy is the macroist Terran. If macroist were a word, he would be the macroist Terran.
Yeah.
That little drop area is going to make it very easy to pick that Dark Shrine off later, and this Twilight Council is going to go down right now, no question about that.
Yeah, not enough Stalkers to defend this. That Twilight Council is never going to finish charge now.
He's remade the Twilight Council before
Oh, he can reach the Dark Shrine, too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's going to be so hard to defend that.
Yep.
Killing some Stalkers here as well.
Yep.
The JYP was so sure his Twilight Council was going to go down that he remade it before it even got attacked.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Really wants to stick with the DTs then, huh? Oh, Twilight Council. I thought you meant Dark.
No, yeah, the Twilight Council.
I misheard you.
It's all right.
All right. So right now, supply-wise, the STC is a bit ahead. Makes sense. It's not too surprising. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a third very soon.
Well, he already made the third command center, and he's so ahead that he's been able to do that. And he would be even more ahead in Army if he had spent that 400 minerals on that. But he's just playing this super safe. He's playing, he's not playing like Thorzane and his style is being super safe, but he's like, he's being safe, being patient.
Safe-ish.
Taking out that Marine over there.
Yep, and at least now he knows that there's probably going to be an expansion coming up pretty soon from JYP.
Yeah, that's why he's moving out right now. If the Nexus gets made,
Marines are pretty cheap.
Vulnerable time.
It's good to have them around the map like that.
Upgrade-wise, we've got +1 weapons for the STCs, grounders, and we've got +1 armor for JYP, but he's about to have...
Did he EMP his medevacs? He did.
Yeah, he did.
He actually, STC, I saw that he EMP'd to take out the Observer, but actually EMP'd his medevacs. That's
that was weird.
Unfortunate. Alright, that medevac right there might be the only one with energy, because those two have 0, maybe like 1 or 2 now, but...
Oh, STC got +1 armor before +1 weapons for his infantry. That's interesting.
Very interesting.
And of course, +2 armor is about to be done for JLAB much faster.
Yeah, the sad thing is though, is by EMPing his medevacs, that really takes away a lot of the power of this push. He's basically just got 1 with energy right now. The rest of them have like a very small amount. So we see him healing right now, but that's going to go away very soon. I had Wolf check it to make sure. I'm not lying.
Not lying. He's Tiger.
That's right. I'm Puma. Puma.
Was it Puma like a warthog in Lion King?
No, that was Pumbaa.
Oh, Pumbaa. What?
What?
I'm sorry. That's like so embarrassing. That I don't know that, but I never really watched Lion King all that much. Okay, that wasn't my film. My film was Hunchback of Notre Dame. That was the good film. Yeah.
That's an interesting twist. Oh, that DT. Never going to get to see either of those movies again.
Beauty and the Beast.
That was actually my favorite.
Beauty and the Beast was my favorite, I guess, maybe beyond that. Hold that thought, because Zealots are running in. They've got +2 armor, but the SEC is about to have 1-1.
And those Zealots are going to tear apart those Marines, but SEC needs to be very, very careful. This Micro's going to need to be pretty good to take this out.
Very true. Zealots getting caught here in the back. This factory position here intentionally to block against the charge Zealots is something that Terrans are doing more and more.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I gotta say too, I mean, he's had to use a lot of EMPs on things like observers and Dark Templars and medevacs.
Stimming his units.
Here we go.
He's not reacting for some reason. He might want to put up some force fields. Good force fields.
That is not enough bio right now. He's got some nice EMPs going down, and that's what's going to save him this time around.
I'm kind of surprised he went beyond the force fields, because now the force fields, after they had started working against the Pearl's army, now they're gone.
Yeah, I actually think that was a bad idea for SEC to move out. More EMPs going down, but are the reinforcements going to be enough?
I think they are. Even though JYP is down on supply, man, he is just crushing through this army, but it looks like it's just barely going to be enough to hold. No, it's not.
I think JYP's got this for now. He's probably going to pull back.
He is maybe target down a Ghost and then leave. Yeah, he's leaving now.
Not going to be able to win it right here.
Well, he's going to try.
He's going to give it a shot, yeah.
If he had Blink, this game would have ended. He would have been able to continue to chase, but as it is, he does not. Right now, supply-wise, it's 97 supply for JYP to 141 for the STC, 14 of that in SCVs. I like this. He's going to force the army to reposition. Actually, the army isn't repositioned. The Zealots are just getting more and more kills. Now he's repositioned it.
One of the great things about those charge lots, you can hit a mineral line so fast and so hard. Those Zealots are going to all go down. Well, most of them anyway. A couple of them not getting hit with the slow. In fact, he's selling his bunkers. See, he was doing kind of what I mentioned earlier. He wanted to take the middle of the map. Did not work out for him, obviously. May try to retake it again, but yeah, if you can take that middle on this map, you can get the gold, you can have a great position to kind of send out groups to harass from.
Yeah, SCV is being taken out here again. The Marauders are going to clean it up pretty quickly.
Yep.
The scary part here now is that the SDC was able to reconsolidate his forces. He's got 1 strong force, and unfortunately for JYP, he's used 2 warp ends on Zealots that are now dead.
Yeah.
Storm is not done. Or is it done? Yeah, it is done. Sorry, I apologize. Doesn't have enough energy yet, though. And he wishes that Templar were here. They are not.
Nope, they are over there, but it might be too late. Are we going to see some storms? Nice storms going down, forcing back the bio of OGS, the STC, but is it going to be enough? All the bio getting really low, but that is still a lot of DPS, Wolf.
Yeah, it looks like it's just going to be too much. He's going to overpower JYP here. More reinforcements coming in, microing back against the probes, and it looks like the STC is going to tie it up 1-1.
Wow. At the very least, he's going to get this Nexus. STC putting up a command center. The gold at the same time is reinforcements streaming down the map right now. Yeah, it's going to be about it. I don't think JYP can hold this.
Yeah, he doesn't have any more storms. He might feedback a ghost. That's about it.
Yep.
Yeah, he feedbacks a ghost, then dies.
Snipe a Templar.
Mule's being dropped. The STC says, leave my game. He storms his own probes and then leaves the game.
Wow, so
why is he blaming it on the probes?
I don't know. Players just casting spells on their own units this game, man. Storming the probes, EMPing your own medevacs. It's rough. Rough for that guy. JYP getting taken out. He got 1 win, but OGS the STC getting a big round of applause. Everybody's glad he's back. Yep.
Oh, we can't leave Inca hanging, man.
That's right.
There he goes. He gave Inca a high five.
Inca needs some love, man. He's down in the code B.
Give him the peace sign there.
He's like, did I actually EMP my own medevacs?
Killer looks like the chimpanzee we saw in Speed Racer last night after a bad thing happened, man. He just
like
covers
his hands up over his face. Like, I don't even want to see it. That's right.
Talking about Chim Chim, of course, from the Speed Racer series.
Yep.
We watched that last night.
It's a great movie.
If you're a Speed Racer fan. If you're not, you might dislike it, but I think it's well done.
It's kind of crazy.
It is crazy. But Speed Racer is like that, man.
Yeah. My favorite part is when the car is jumping over Racer X's car. He knows what I'm talking about. I talk about this all the time. Racer X, man, he hits the button and the car jumps up in the air and he punches the other guy in the head when he's upside down in his own car.
Yeah, they're both flying over each other and Racer X just punches him in the head.
If this sounds like the most ridiculous thing you've ever heard of in a car race, it actually is. And that's what makes this movie so great. We like movies, but we like StarCraft 2 better. Who is TSL going to send out next? We're going to find out right now. I want to see Clyde. I want to see Clyde TVT.
We might just see that.
But instead, no. We are going to see...
I believe that's Revival.
I think so. I think you're right.
I don't know, man. His hair's getting longer, and those
it is Revival.
Those jeans, man, they throw me off. I'm like, those jeans look so unusual for a team jersey, but I gotta say, it is Revival.
TSL coach is confident in his ability. It's their only Zerg. First Zerg, the only Zerg. And he does have good ZVT, I will say that.
And in Season 1 of GSTL, he's been 1 win and 1 loss so far.
Yep.
Remember, guys, when we say Season 1, we mean this season. This is the real official season of GSTL. For example, GSTL March and May were just trial seasons, essentially, of the GSTL.
Still a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, they were.
We had a lot of really, really exciting games in those first kind of preliminary seasons, but I really love that they've made it longer, I love that we've got something that's kind of similar to what they had in Brood War.
Yeah.
As far as the length of time and things like that. Not quite as long, I guess, but it's getting there. Team League every week is what I kept asking Mr. Che for when I was here last time. He was like, what can we do to improve the GSL? I'm like, we need Team League every week, man. That's what I want.
That's what everyone wanted, and that's what happened.
Yeah. Happy to see that.
Well, the SDC getting some pep talk here from the Wind.
I thought he was going to slap that guy. I didn't see the other hand coming up. And that's Vines, I believe, now. That's OGS gone. One of the other coaches for OGS, I believe. Everybody's hanging out there. They're like, all right, we have a plan. The plan is make Blue Flame Hellions and then win. Actually, unless you don't micro them and then you just lose. Yeah. But choose one of those. Preferably the one that doesn't involve losing all the Hellions. The map is going to be Daybreak, which is going to be interesting. I don't think we've seen a TVZ on Daybreak yet, unless was the Thorzane game yesterday? Was that Daybreak?
That was on Terminus Reef.
Okay, so we haven't. I don't think we've seen
TVZ is on Daybreak. It's the first one.
And it's an interesting map for TVZ. I got to say, Revival does really enjoy his drop play. I think that could work pretty well on Daybreak.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we'll have to see what happens. He's won many a game, many a TVZ with Roach drops, which is kind of interesting. He's definitely got his own style. He's kind of developing in his own little world in TSL.
Yeah, I think so too. And one of those up-and-coming players in TSL who did really well in the Super Tournament.
Yeah.
And he's got a lot of potential.
He does. He really does. I casted him in Code A back when I was here before, and I was really impressed with him. I remember him distinctly. I mean, there's so many players that come in and out of Code A, but Revival definitely stood out in my mind.
Yeah, I think so. I just see that guy, and his PVZ, or ZVP rather, I should say, is quite good, and his ZVT is also good. And I think he's got a pretty good chance of taking down the STC.
Yeah. Well, he's going to have to, otherwise TSL is going to be pretty far behind, and it'd be quite an upset if OGS did take them down. OGS is a very strong team, but TSL, of course, is in first place right now. So, I don't know, everyone's kind of expecting him to win.
Well, OGSTL winning would kind of reshape the entire standings, essentially.
In that way, it would be kind of cool, because it would make the next stuff more exciting, because if TSL wins everything, then it's well, it doesn't even matter if they win or lose. It's for pride now. And,
yeah, very true.
Yep. So maybe it'd be good.
Yeah, maybe so. Well, we're about to find out. I think we might be taking a 5-minute break.
I think we might be having a little bit of a technical issue.
Yeah, maybe that too. There's no one in the game yet.
And the thing is it might not even be a technical issue. It's just we've got a lot of players switching in and out of the booth, so it does take technically an issue, but not a technical issue.
Yeah.
True. Very true.
Technically.
I just did like sort of a Dwight Schrute thing there. It's like, false. Not a technical issue.
I've only seen The Office a few times, but every time I did, I really thought it was hilarious.
It's a very funny show. It actually is. Yeah.
I like Steve Carell a lot. He's a really funny guy.
Yeah?
He makes the show for me. When I watch that show, whenever there's a scene with him in it, I'm happy. Otherwise, I'm like, well, this show's pretty good, but where's Steve Carell?
That show like really kind of evolves over time. Like the characters get more storylines and stuff. I don't know. It's cool. You have to watch it. I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know.
I have to watch it, but you don't know? What?
Well,
what is that? What does that mean?
That means it's good, but there's other stuff you could do that's also good.
Like laddering?
Like laddering, or like playing practice games. That's just as good. So it looks like the guitar music is going to tell us what's going on. We're going to take a look at these guys again. There he is, the STC. Everybody's jumping back in the game lobby, so I think we're about to get started pretty soon. But there is TSL Revival. Optimus Prime's head. We've cut it off and put it in the back of the studio. Sorry about that, Autobots. See that in the back there? Kind of looks like it to me anyway. I don't know. Daybreak.
GSL's full of Decepticons.
Yeah.
I actually don't know anything about Transformers if I even said that name right.
The chair you're sitting on right now, it's a Decepticon.
Oh, what does that mean?
It means...
Is it like a chair that's deceiving me?
It means that it wants to transform into a robot and enslave you or something. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
So, we're going to see which one of these players is more than meets the eye.
It's funny because like I know Decepticons, Autobots, I know Optimus. I know more than meets the eye, but that's pretty much all I know. I know Shia LaBeouf was in like the first film.
Yeah, he's in there.
I don't know anything about it.
He's in those. We talk about movies a lot, don't we?
We do.
We like to watch a lot of movies, though.
Well, I like to talk about them. I don't always watch them. I have like these specific films that I watch. Like I very rarely see films, but when I do, it's always like something that I know is going to be good and ends up being good. Sometimes, though, I see one that's really bad, and I'll talk to you about that, too.
Yeah. You ever seen the Dungeon Siege movie?
No, I haven't seen that.
It's absolutely horrible. But it's there comes a point where movies get so bad they get good.
Yeah,
so bad they're funny.
Sometimes.
That's one of those movies. It's good. Can't go wrong with Ron Perlman, though. He's good in everything. So these guys have a lot on their minds right now. I mean, that's kind of one of the things with a little bit more time rather happening before the game. But there's no more time for us to talk. We're going to get right into the game. Don't go anywhere.